Yo, procrastination is something we all deal with as human beings. But I want you to take a second and imagine what your life would be like if you could just stop procrastinating. How much more successful would you be? How much better would the quality of your life be? A lot better, because the thing about procrastination is we tend to only procrastinate the tasks that actually have the potential to improve our life. For example, how much more likely are you to procrastinate doing your work versus scrolling on social media or watching TV? You're not going to procrastinate watching TV because all you have to do is turn on the remote and sit there. It doesn't take, your brain doesn't resist it at all because it takes little to no effort. Versus sitting there and thinking and doing work takes a lot more effort. So before you actually start to do the task, your brain is going to resist it. You can definitely think of one or two major tasks that have the potential to improve your life, yet these are the tasks that we procrastinate the most. This is simply because our brain provides the most resistance to these tasks, so we end up procrastinating them. The way we deal with this resistance from our brain is in a few different ways. The first and most simplest is we simply just pick up our phones, start scrolling through social media, turn on a video, watch videos to distract us from the feeling of resistance. Another way we deal with this that's less obvious is we actually start to do tasks that are still productive but less productive than the main task that we have to do that we're really procrastinating. An example of this would be, let's say you have a few things to do throughout the day, like work, clean your room, cook. You would clean your room and cook before you do your work because you're procrastinating to do your work. So you start moving on to other things that are easy but still seen as productive. And the last way we procrastinate is by entertaining useless thought loops. This comes when we actually sit down to do our work and we're trying to focus, we're trying to do our work, but then a thought comes into our mind about something completely unrelated. For example, a memory of something that just happened in the past, or just thinking about the future or something, and we entertain those thought loops instead of focusing on our work. Now that we understand how and why we procrastinate, what are we supposed to do about this, considering that's just how our brain works? Our brain is never going to stop resisting the main task. So the best way I found to deal with procrastination is actually to get that task out of the way the first thing in the morning. I mean, the first thing before you eat, before you check your phone, before you do anything else, as soon as you wake up, sit down and do whatever it is that you tend to procrastinate. Do that the first thing in the morning, right as soon as you wake up. Get that task out of the way. This will literally leave you no room to procrastinate. If you know you have to do it right when you wake up, just get it done, and then the rest of the day is free to do whatever you want. I think this will actually increase the quality of your life as well, because so much of our time is spent literally procrastinating, doing tasks we don't even want to do because of the resistance our brain provides us. For example, when you're scrolling on social media, you know you don't really want to be scrolling, but the only reason you're doing it is because you're distracting yourself from something you should be doing. So once we've gotten that thing we should be doing out of the way before we even allow ourselves to do any of the things that we procrastinate by, the rest of our day is just we have a clear mind. Our mind is freed up and we can actually be more productive throughout the day. Another way to deal with procrastination is to keep a schedule of all your tasks laid out and at what time you're going to complete them at. So you have no room to move around tasks and do what you feel like doing and procrastinate the main task, which is why doing it in the morning is so beneficial, because it's the first thing you do every day without thinking of anything else, without allowing yourself the opportunity to be distracted. But for the rest of the task, if you still find yourself procrastinating them, lay them out at a specific time throughout the day so that you know you have to show up and do that task at that time. Also, when you're doing the most important tasks that you have no room to be procrastinating, literally hide all distractions. If this means leaving your house without your phone, so be it. If this means moving your phone to a different room, working in a room without a TV, without any distractions that can catch your eye and focus you and take your focus off the work, so be it. Just focus on the task at hand. And the best way to do this is removing all distractions from your environment. Literally be in an environment where all there is your work and you, nothing else, nothing to be distracted from. By following those simple solutions, it will 10x your productivity because you'll simply no longer be procrastinating the main things you should be doing every single day. And over time, doing these things every day with little to no procrastination will just compound and the results will come. If this video helped you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow.